Welcome to Movie Madness 2022 Top 10 Films of the Year 2022. Merry Christmas, everybody, and I hope you all have a great new year. Now, we've had amazing films all over the year this year. Blockbusters, drama, action-packed action films, films that have broken us, films that have shocked us, twists that we didn't see coming, and revival of movies back in the 1980s, 1970s that were remade sequels that worked really well. Have to say, it was really hard for me to find a top 10 this year because so many great films. Funny enough, all these great films are not all from a cinema because we're in a new age now where people are watching films from Disney Plus and Netflix. And it's really, really good when people are able to watch films at home. So the cinemas haven't been doing great on the best year movies of the year because a lot of people are not going to cinema at the moment. I think because people have been so used to doing COVID and being in the COVID section and watching films at home, they don't want to go back to the cinema anymore. So they're trying to bring people back in, but it's not really been working. So a mixture of these films are from a cinema and from streaming services. I hope you enjoyed this video. I will say this video has not got any edits, guys, because due to the money crisis and the budget crisis and the energy crisis, there is still no editing system on this channel. There will hopefully be one if things get better in 2023. But don't just subscribe to the flashy editing and there's some special features. Then subscribe because you enjoy hearing me review movies and you like my videos. And if you're interested in keep watching my reviews, then please click the subscribe button. Let's get me to 100 by 2023. So, first up, at number 10 for 2022, we have Matilda the Musical. Now, I'm quite surprised that I put a musical in this movie review this time round, because a lot of the movie musicals have not been great, apart from West Side Story, but this one was fantastic. I mean, it is brilliant. It's got all stars singing in it. The children are incredibly talented. The story is beautiful, especially how you capture, as I've said in my review before, how you capture Matilda's story of the escapologist and the acrobat. And let's just talk about Matilda. Let's talk about Alicia Weir as Matilda. Beautiful, amazing actress, young little girl who has an amazing voice. And the character that she has in Matilda is incredible. The motivation of the storytelling is brilliant. The chemistry with all the characters are brilliant. Latasha Lynch as Miss Honey is sensational. She is amazing in this role, especially when she sings the song Our House, My House, and the song at the end, which I won't spoil. And let's talk about Emma Thompson as well as headmistress the Trunchbull. She was brilliant. She was incredible. She got the character from the West End spot on. So Matilda Musical is at number 10. At number 9, we have Bullet Train. Brad Pitt plays Ladybug, Agent Ladybug, who's on a Chinese train on a mission, he's on a mission that he's been asked to do a snatch and grab job. And for some reason, his character is relevant to everything that happens on this train. I can't say much about this, but it is spectacular. There is some great twists in this. It is laugh out loud, hilarious. It's the sort of bizarre, sort of Guy Ritchie type comedy that you expect. It works very well within the story. There is some great, hilarious chemistry, bounce-off moments. The storytelling's fantastic. Script's amazing. The director is very amazing at what he does. It's so clear. It's unusual way, but it works. It's a different way of a film that you've never seen before. And those that love the sort of don't make sense comedy, laugh out loud storylines, and the reason behind him being on this train is not what you expect, and it's fantastic. And I can now just give a shout out to Aaron Taylor-Johnson as Tangerine and Brian T. Henry as Lemon. These two are brilliant. These two are like agent killers. They're very funny. Their comedy timing is sensational. Their chemistry is amazing. And it just absolutely works. And the film is fantastic. The special effects are great. The stunts are great. And it just keeps getting better all the way through. And with my friend Josh Foster, who has a great channel called Josh Foster Reviews, check it out, guys. It's fantastic. He's doing a great job on his channel. He went to see this with me, and we both really enjoyed it. So, at number 9, we definitely goes, for me, Bullet Train. At number 8, we have The School for Good and Evil. Two best friends two very different powered girls who are in a terrible life at the moment, in a terrible atmosphere, and it's not the story you think. One of the girls that wants to go to School of Good and Evil ends up at the School of Evil, and the one that's very mischievous and, I wouldn't say evil, but sort of like prankish and kind of bad behaved, ends up at the School for Good. It doesn't make any sense. Why are these two sisters in the completely different wrong schools? But there's a reason for it. The storytelling is amazing. The cinematography is fantastic. Now, there was a lot of mixed reviews for this film because they thought to themselves, well, is it really worth being in the top 10? Yes, it is. It's exactly like it. And there is a book based on this. My friend Leonie Thompson has read this book many, many times. She encouraged me to watch this, and it is a fantastic, brilliant, incredible movie that is turning into a next sequel, because if you stay to the end, there is a little bit of an end cliffhanger that will this is where the story is going to continue. I have to talk about the two girls. Let's talk about Sophia, who plays Sophia Carrisso, who is fantastic. She's a great actress. Her chemistry with Sophia Weiland as Agatha, those two girls are amazing. Their chemistry is brilliant. I also loved a lot of characters in this. They were fantastic, especially Charlize Theron as the headmistress of evil. She was really good. Different character what you've seen before, and it works very, very well within her storytelling. The colours for this is brilliant. It's got a Harry Potter type vibe to it, and it is fantastic. So basically, I've got to say that is definitely coming at number 8. At number 7, we have The Batman. Yes, I put a DC film in this because this is the best DC Batman film I've seen. It sticks to the comics. It's very clear to the story, and Robert Pattinson is a fantastic Bruce Wayne. It's a story of Bruce Wayne when he first started. It's basically him trying just as he's starting in Gotham. A lot of people hate him, see him as a villain, guy that's interfering with the law, shouldn't be. And when he comes across the villain, the Riddler. Yes, it is the Riddler, and let me say, when you do see the Riddler's actual character in it, it's brilliant. Plus, it introduced another Batman villain that's going to continue into the new DC films that will be brought into it, which works very, very well. And let me say, the new character that's coming up for the Batman 2, it is genius. Scared the crap out of my girlfriend. She wet herself when she saw the scene. And honestly, it was absolutely brilliant. I mean, the action is fantastic. The chemistry with him is fantastic. I absolutely love Colin Firth as the Penguin. The stunts are incredible. Film brilliant. And let's just talk about how Robert Pattinson nails Bruce Wayne, a struggling teenager that's still depressed, doesn't want anything to do with his family's fortune, is just trying to do what's good for the city. But the city does not accept him. And you'll see how the story plays out. So the Batman is brilliant. At number 6, we have Grey Man. Agent 6 is a shadow organization spy who has worked for the CIA for many, many years. But when he uncovers something about secrets about the CIA, he is hunted down. It's got like a John Wick sort of vibe. Stunts are brilliant in this. And let's talk about Ryan Gosling in this role. He is fantastic. The sort of like determination he has, and he's very secretive. His acting is very stylistic. A lot of the shadow pronunciations and the appearances that he has in this is fantastic. And let's talk about Chris Evans as well as Lloyd Hansen, assassin, ruthless killer. These two clash very well through this film. The stunts are fantastic. Scenery works very well. And let's talk about the direction is amazing. The direction and this camera shots of how these two flow into each other. Now, I'm quite surprised that a lot of people say they don't like this because for one, I thought it was brilliant. I know I don't know if I put this review up, I think I did, but it is spectacular. Everything about this between Ryan Gosling and Chris Evans' chemistry, not to mention their fighting, the stunts and the combat scenes in this are brilliant. And what Lloyd Hansen does is shocking. It's gruesome. It's horrible. He's got and I will tell you, he is a psychopath. He is a trained assassin, nut house, out of his mind psychopath. And what he does in this film is shocking, and it works. It's brilliant direction, brilliant film. They do a fantastic job with this. At number 5, we have Death on the Nile. Kenneth Branagh is back as Inspector Poirot. On his holiday, he comes across a wedding between Annette Ridgway and Simon Doyle. Two lovers, perfect marriage. I'll let you decide on that. Finds himself on a boat during a wedding ceremony. They're incredibly in love, but they are being hunted and followed by his ex-girlfriend, his ex-girlfriend, Emma Mackey, who plays Jacqueline. And she's very creepy, she's very cruel. And for some reason, someone dies. Obviously, it's an Agatha Christie novel. Somebody dies on this boat, and Poirot is sent to help again during the wedding ceremony. A tragedy happens, and he's got to get to the bottom of it. Brilliant. A different side to Poirot as well in this, because it really involves him a lot. Scarily, it involves him. There is a moment where you will cry, and it affects him a lot. In fact, actually, you see him lose control a bit in this film. Also, you learn a little bit more about his wife, Catherine, that he met during World War II. A lot more on the history as well of Poirot and his backstory. Not to mention some fantastic, shocking revelations and twists that are brilliant. And these actors and actresses in it play these characters in a way you've never seen before. I mean, I have to mention two of my girlfriend's two favourite actresses, Dawn French. Dawn French, who is absolutely amazing in this. She's absolutely brilliant. And Saunders as well. These two are brilliant comedy legends. My girlfriend loves them. My girlfriend watched their podcasts. My girlfriend used to watch them as a child and laughs out loud at them. But also the fact that what my girlfriend said when we watched this was she loved how they were different. They played different characters. They weren't jokey comedy characters, had some laughs in it, but they were serious drama characters. And they had a backstory as well that didn't just fashion the way into the script, but it worked within the chemistry of the characters, and the direction is fabulous. Gal Gadot as Ridgway is brilliant. She's this richest woman in the world with her father's fortune, about to marry the love of her life, and this woman is in her way. And it's a fantastic film, not to mention Armie Hammer, who was fantastic in this. Other mentions I can talk about. Kerry Washington is brilliant in this. One of Stephanie's favourite, Audrey Thompson from Annie, is fantastic in this. She plays one of the singers. She's brilliant. And also her from Black Panther as well, Letitia Wright, who plays another great character in this. So Death of the Nile is a brilliant film. It's definitely worth being at Bloody 5, and I would implore you to watch it. At number 4, we have another DC film, Black Adam. I have to say, I've not put a DECU film in the rating before, but Dwayne Johnson is spectacular. Absolute spectacular as Black Adam. He is amazing. Let's talk about these cast members. For goodness sake, Pierce Brosnan is in this as Dr. Fate. You've got Hellverse in this. You've got storyline, and it's him. It's Black Adam coming into it. I can't say much about this film because it doesn't give anything away, but when he comes, he's hunted down by this secret organization who are after this crown. This crown is important to bringing power. There's a lot of fantastic CGI effects in this, stunts that will blow your mind. It's such a shame that Gunn has destroyed this, because we as DC fans, and many people will agree as well, this was a fantastic film. And as a reviewer, as an actor, and many directors, many of my direct friends who direct and do companies will agree with me as well, he made the wrong decision to scrap this. And unfortunately, even though this is in my top 10, I will see this as the film that never was. And with a cliffhanger that did an amazing job of bringing back an iconic DC character that just isn't going to go anywhere, which is a shame really, because I think Gunn is putting DC in the total wrong direction. But yeah, anyway, Black Adam is fantastic, and the stunts are brilliant, and Dwayne Johnson nails it. At number 3, we have Hustle. Adam Sandler plays Sandy Sugarman, coach of the basketball team NBA's, who tries to bring players basically into the NBA players. And when he comes across Bo Cruz, played by Jack Hancho, who is actually an Argentinian man from Argentina, he's an Argentinian actor. He is but he's not a felon. He's a difficult man with a lot of family history, and he's got everything against him. And it brings in racism and discrimination within the basketball company and franchises. And there's a lot, you can see it subtly. I like how they show the subtle racism. I said in my other review of this, I like how they show the subtle racism and the subtle discrimination just between a slight comment from one of the basketball players. Not to mention, Adam Sandler brings in the NBA players from the basketball league. From the Dolphins, from the Miami Heat, all these fantastic basketball players that are actually in it, and in this film works very, very well. Direction's great, story's beautiful, it's a moving story, it is a beautiful story, and you'll cry. And it's about family as well. And the relationship between Adam Sandler and Jack Cancho in this is beautiful. Not to mention the relationship between Queen Latifah as well, who plays Tiara, his wife, and their chemistry is fantastic. And Hustle is brilliant. So yeah, that's definitely a 3. And then at number 2, we're getting close to the top one now, guys. Knives Out, Glass Onion. Had to be. Daniel Craig returns as Belmont Blanc, an inspector who's given the wrong invitation. Now, I can't really say much about this. The twists are fantastic. It's not what you expect. Same as the last Knives Out film. It's different. It's done in a different way. Don't come into it thinking this is exactly going to be like Cluedo. This is another murder mystery film. It's not. Okay, it's completely different. It is a murder mystery film, but it's done in a different way and in a unique way that no one's ever seen before. Like, that's why Knives Out was so popular last year, and now Glass Onion came out just before Christmas, and he's fantastic. Let me explain to you about the story, basically. So all I can tell you is Edward Norton, who plays Miles Broad, richest man in the world, invites his friends and his guests to his island where they're celebrating. They do like a murder mystery game. They've been friends for years. They're all related in different ways. They're all connected. One of the main characters, played by Janelle Monáe, is the secret person that's not supposed to be there. And then obviously something bad happened, and Bertolt Blanc has to get to the bottom of it. But can we trust these characters? They've all got hidden agendas. They've all got reasons to be there. They are all dirty. All of them have not got a clean slate on them. They've all got a mystery. It has the sort of kind of like Agatha Christie to it, and actually Death in Paradise feel to it as well. There's a lot of Death in Paradise themes to this. It's that sort of tropical sort of investigation, but the climax is so brilliant, people did not see it coming. My friends were talking about this at the bar tonight before we went to go see the pantomime, so it has to be Glass Onion. It is fantastic. So I'm begging all of you, please go see Hustle, and please go see Knives Out. Go on to Netflix, watch it, it's worth it. And ready for this now. The 2022 movie of the year has to be Top Gun Maverick. It's back. I was overjoyed to have this film back in the cinema. We all remember Top Gun. We all remember Maverick. Oh, I can't believe that Pete Maverick has returned. Remember him from with Iceman, trying to, in the last film, at the airbase, trying to prove himself, and now we've got him back. And it's a different story. It's years later. He's not the great self that he used to be. And I can't tell you much about this because it's completely hush-hush. It really is. It's hush-hush, this film. You have to go see it for yourself. The only thing I'll say, like I said in my review, is he's brought back to the Top Gun project for a reason. He's failed again, basically. He's not done very well. I don't know what, I'm not going to tell you how, but he's brought back by an old colleague of his, Hangman, played by John Hamm, who asks him to train a new team to help them with a brand new project. And while he's meeting there, he meets one of his pilots, who is a bit of a layback. He doesn't really get on with him. There's a history between these two characters, and there is a lot of tension between them. Everyone loves Maverick. Maverick's great. But Miles Teller, who is in this film, thinks he is a washout, a loser, and a complete show-off, and has no idea what he's doing. In fact, 50% of this film, he questions his motives, questions his teachings, and said, you have no right to be here. I'm not listening to a single thing you're saying. You're a loser, a washout. Why should we, the hell, follow you? You know what I mean? They question him. And this is Pete Maverick, but he hates him. He does not like him. There's a lot of twists and turns to this, and a beautiful moment in this movie that had everybody crying. I mean, there's a shocking moment in this that no one sees coming. And the way they designed it, can we talk about the technology and the camera shots? And I told my girlfriend when asked about this film, she said, did they do it for real? No lie, guys, Tom Cruise actually filmed this in a real cockpit with IMAX cameras, nearly crashing the plane for real. As my girlfriend will probably nod behind this camera, he's a nutter. In her opinion, he will always be a nutter. She thinks he's crazy because he always does stunts for real. And does he nearly kill himself? And people ask themselves, is he near death when he does these scenes? Yeah, he is. But that's what makes him an amazing actor, because he does it for real. And when I first read this, I was like, oh my God, Cruise, are you crazy? Because he did this for real with an IMAX camera in an actual cockpit, and he could have killed himself. I'm not kidding. But it's amazing, this film. And I know a lot of people will say, whoa, what about Elvis? Yes, Elvis is a contender against Top Gun for the Oscars #1. And even though my girlfriend said she liked it, she didn't love it. Don't get me wrong, he's a good Elvis. I did like, don't get me wrong, he was pretty good as Elvis. I think Austin Butler was very, very good. I thought he was a good singer. Was it Elvis, though? I mean, my dad disagrees. He says that Austin Butler is a fantastic actor and he sells it. My girlfriend's been an Elvis fan for many, many years, and she says he was good, but he wasn't that good. He was a good singer, but he wasn't Elvis to us. It was to a lot of people, but to me, no, he wasn't Elvis. The Colonel is in this as well, played by Tom Hanks. Amazing job. His character's fantastic. So although Elvis is a brilliant film, it doesn't beat Top Gun Maverick. It is the film of the year. It is the film of the century. If you haven't seen this, what are you doing? I don't care if you get it on DVD. I don't care if you go to cinema, go to Netflix, purchase it on Now TV. Sit down and watch this. This is the movie of the year. Every single person has praised this film. And if this does not get an Oscar next year, I'll be furious. Because Tom Cruise, Miles Teller, John Hamm, Gray Kimmery, Glenn Powell. These actors are astonishing, and the moment scene, the climactic scene between Tom Cruise and Miles Teller is pure sensational. So yeah, my top movie of 2022 is Top Gun Maverick. So that's it. That's my top 10 of 2022. Have you guys had a good year? What is your New Year resolution? What are you going to do differently in 2023? And what is your top 10? Put in the comment section below what you think is the top 10. Give me a list. If you agree with my top 10, tell me why. If you don't, again, tell me why. If you want to see any more of my movie reviews, then please subscribe to Movie Madness. Have a great New Year's Eve, guys. Happy New Year. Welcome in 2023. And I will see you in the new year with a whole set of reviews. Thanks for watching all this year and supporting my channel. Farewell.